Good day, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sulaiman, a scientist. If you look at our physics syllabus, there is a branch of physics that give majority of students a very, very big problem, especially certain concepts under that. And one of these is a topic that they call radioactivity. In particular, a part of radioactivity that people believe to be the most troublesome one is the calculation of half-life. But it's too simple if you think about it. Because originally, the concept of radioactivity was introduced in 1896 by Henry Becquerel. And according to the man, he noted that when he kept the unknown material that the man saw in his cupboard, this material collapsed and some of them decayed away. They just vanished. He doesn't know how they left. But we have noticed that some materials can do that, meaning their nucleus are not stable. So, and when they collapse, they tend to disintegrate or decay away. Here, the thing that was observed was that the guy tried to apply it to them to see maybe increase in temperature can bring about more rate of disintegration. But you notice that even if you supply it or you don't supply it, the material does not disappear until it is time. Either you mount a lot of pressure or pack load on it or not, it does not change. So meaning that no physical condition can ever affect how fast or slow the material will disappear. But there is only one factor, and this factor is just time. For instance, let's say you have a material, and this material contains 100 atoms at initial time. After 10 seconds, the material just becomes half, meaning half decayed away, half remain. Remember, if half decayed away, that is 50 has gone away. What remains will now be happening? Until it is after another 10 seconds for the next half, the 50 that remain, half of it will also disappear and it will remain 25. So that means that after first 10 seconds, after another 10 seconds, meaning that after 2 of those 10 seconds, amount that has gone away is already 50. Then what remains was 15. Then the remaining half of that 50 has gone away, 75 has gone away. You are left with 25. So the amount that remains now is just 25. Then think about it. A particular time required for half of this material to remain. Then what name should we call such a time? We decide to call it half time. It makes sense, right? Okay? That means that the half-life of any radioactive material is the time taken for half of the original mass to disintegrate or to decay away, meaning it will now remain half. But remember, I've started with 100 of this thing. After 10 seconds, half has gone. Half-life of this thing is 10. But do you think this thing will go after 9 seconds? No, unless it's 10 seconds. Then, after 10 seconds, it will remain half. For the half of what remains now to go again, it is until after another 10 seconds again, meaning after 20 seconds. But do you think this thing will go after 90 seconds? After 80 seconds? No. So it means that if I think about it very well, it means in 20 seconds I am having half-life 1, half-life 2, half-lives. What about in 40 seconds? I'm already having 4 half-lives. What about in 49 seconds? It's still 4 half-lives. But after 50 seconds, it's already 5 half-lives. How do we now describe this mathematically to make sense? Let us make an assumption. Let us assume that the original material you have is actually n. The total number that you have in that material, let's assume it is n. But okay, let me start with 100. Let's say the original material I have is 100. But at first, remember this thing will be divided into 2. But after the first half-life, like let's say the time it will take this thing is 2 seconds, for instance, for it to become 50. But at first, no time. That no time, I decide to call it 2 raised to power 0. I divide this thing by 2 to make it half, by 2 0 on it. Then after the first half-life, which is 2 seconds, what remains here is 50. How do I get that 50? It means that I got that 50 by saying that the 100 divided by 2 raised to power 1. So that means I can now say that what remains is 100 over 2. Meaning this is 2 seconds now, first half-life. After the next 2 seconds, what I am going to have is going to be 100 divided by 2 raised to power 2. This is making it 2 half-lives. Think about it. 2 raised to power 2 is 4. And 4 means 100 over 4. And that means that what will remain here is 25. How many half-lives is that? 2 half-lives. So that means that the number of half-life is what I'm going to be writing at the top of the 2 here under. So it means that after the next half-life, this guy is going to become 100 divided by 2 raised to power 3. 2 raised to power 3 is not 6. I'm going to the thing. 2 raised to power 6 means 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2, 4 times 2 again, 8. Simply this is. So that is that this is what will remain. 100 divided by 2 raised to power 3. This 3 shows how many half-lives? 3 half-lives. This 2 show how many half-lives? 2. This one show how many half-lives? 1. What about this one? 0 half-life. So now you say after the next half-life, if somebody now asks you a question that after 12th half-life, what will remain? It means that the original amount that was there divided by 2 raised to power 12 half-lives. That's the meaning. After I get this half-life, the number of half-lives, think about here. I have 2 seconds, 2 seconds, and 2 seconds. So it means that here, how many seconds will I take for this thing to become 100 over 8? It's going to take me 6 seconds, right? The 6 seconds, how do I now get it to become, the half-life for it to become 3 half-lives? That means I am going to say the number of half-lives equals to the time taken for the material to remain whatever it remains, divided by half-life, which I denote with T-half. It is these two that I'm now putting here. So look at the question that I have here. In UTME 1987 question 50, the question asked, a radioactive sample initially contained n atoms. The total number of atoms at time 0 is n. So I'm going to denote that with n divided by 2 raised to power 0. Think about it. At this 0 number of half-life, 2 raised to power 0 means 1. I mean, a law of indices. Okay? Then this n divided by this is still n. But immediately after 1 half-life, what will happen? N divided by 2 raised to power 1. So the question says a radioactive sample contains n atoms. After 3 half-lives, the number of atoms that have decayed is what? So let us quickly look at that. I am going to say that the original number that was present was n, then divided by 2. After how many half-lives? There are 3 half-lives according to the question. What's 2 raised to power 3? Everyone? 8, right? So that means what I have is going to become n divided by 8. But this n over 8 means 1 over 8. This what remain. So I'm going to say it is called number remaining, n small r. If 1 out of 8 of n remain, like they say, now the 8, now the 8 for class, 1 of them come get double promotion. If 1 get double promotion, 2, 3. If 7 get double promotion, how many will remain in that class? 1 out of 8. Then how many people have gotten double promotion? 7 out of 8. If I now carry the 7 out of 8 and 1 out of 8 together, it will still be 8 over 8. So that's that for this guy to remain 1 out of 8, 7 out of 8 has gone. Think about it. If 32 over 37 remain, how many do you think has gone? 32 has gone out of 37. That means it remains 5 out of 37. So according to this UTME question, a radioactive sample contains n atoms. After 3 half-lives, the number of atoms that have decayed is what? So that means the number of atoms that remain is n over 2 raised to power 3, which means the number of atoms that remain is n over 8. That means 1n over 8. The number that decayed away is 7n over 8. Think of it. 1 out of 8 remains. That means 7 out of 8 has gone away. So I'll see you in the next video and I'll be solving more questions. You will really enjoy it. Just subscribe and you'll be happy.